Welcome to Daddy and the Don. It's the Don here, and we're here to predict the Super Bowl Sunday night in Vegas. Kansas City Chiefs take on the San Francisco 49ers, a repeat of the 2019 Super Bowl. But before we get to that, please ensure that you like and subscribe this video, the video and the channel, and give us a comment. We appreciate the support. And before you start watching this, don't forget that Macca has already a video out with his views and some of his opinions and some more regarding the upcoming Super Bowl. So please check that out as well. But back to this video, I myself will be doing a prediction, and I will be followed by my co-host, the Daddy, and a few special guests with their prediction for the big game. Now let's get straight to it. I'm not going to take a lot of your time, but I'll be as quick and as simple as possible. The Kansas City Chiefs have been a team over the last 5 or 6 years that have been one of the most entertaining teams to watch, with potentially one of the best quarterbacks of all time, even though he's only in his 6th starting season. But this year it's been a different path. Their defense has really kept them in games. And it's only really when it's got to the playoffs where you've seen the Kansas City of old. Kelsey and Mahomes have had a good season, but they had a little bit of a bad patch. But now when it matters, they get to where they need to get to. This hasn't been the best team overall, but when it matters, they win when they need to. And they deserve to be where they are. They went away from home and beat the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens, the top seed, the two teams that people thought would be in the AFC Championship or potentially being the representative for the Super Bowl for the AFC. So fair play to them. You know, they've got a very good head coach, a mastermind. He knows it all. They've got, Spagnoli, a very good defensive coach who's really got this team with a lot of rising stars in corner with McDuffie and Snead. And obviously with the experience and talented and the motivational to get to the quarterback when it comes to Chris Jones and other pieces that I'm probably forgetting. Maybe Nick Bolton as well, that's had a really good couple of years in the linebacker position. But they come in as underdogs, regardless of what they did. San Francisco 49ers will be the favoured team. And it's surprising because they had a completely different year than Kansas City Chiefs. They were the top seed. They looked like they were going to be the top seed throughout the season. And they ended up being the top seed. And they only lost a few games, 3 of them games due to injuries. Yes, they still had a lot of players available. In the last game of the season where they played their second team, they got the bye. They were number 1 seed, and they just about won both their games at home. Just about beat Green Bay and just about beat Detroit. And as a Detroit fan, I'm absolutely gutted about that. But in the end of the day, they showed the qualities, what you need to show to be Super Bowl champions. And they showed that they're not just about leading and winning. They came back twice to win, which is what a lot of people always thought was a little bit of a worry when it comes to the San Fran team. Shanahan is a master, drawing off plays and tactics and adjustments. But some people sometimes think he struggles when they're behind. Well, he's proven that they can win from behind in 2 massive games. We all know the talent. I think Brock Purdy's a very good quarterback, and I think a lot of stick that he gets is unnecessary. Yes, he's got weapons, but Mahomes had weapons when he started. And because of that help he had starting, he's become better, and he's playing better with maybe lesser known wide receivers. Yes, he's still got Kelsey, but he's still doing what he does to a high level. Maybe not the level it was before, but it's still high level. So Purdy, yes, he's got McCaffrey, who is the best running back in the league, and potentially could be the game decider here. And we know he's got Kittle, probably the second best tight end in the league behind Kelsey. 2 very good wide receivers. They're both former Pro Bowlers. They can both play at all-pro level. We know what they can do, and Samuel's very vital. So that's just the offense. We know the defense is very talented, though it has been a little bit weak near the end of the year. I don't think Chase Young fits them, but we know what both are. We know what Warner, we know what Greenlaw can do. Yeah, it's a little bit shaky apart from Ward when it comes to the secondary, but it's still good enough secondary to keep teams out. So this looks like a well-balanced game. You know, I wouldn't be surprised on any result. How do I think the game's going to go? I'm always going to go for the NFC when it comes to the Super Bowl, regardless who it is. And yes, I'm gutted that San Fran beat us, but San Fran has that, that drive to win more Super Bowls. This is a team that hasn't won one for a very long time. They've lost the last 2 appearances in this Super Bowl in the big match. So they're going to be, they're going to want to win this game. But we've already mentioned what the Chiefs do when it matters. They lost to Tampa Bay, but they beat Philadelphia last year, where a lot of people thought Philadelphia was probably going to go win it. They came back from behind against them. They came back in behind against San Fran back in 2019. So I think we already know that doesn't matter. The season doesn't really matter now. It's based on what's happened over the last couple of weeks. But with that even being said, you look at the talent, overall talent that San Fran have. They have a very good defense and a very good offense. Though I know Kansas' defense is so much better than what it's been over the years. Take away Kelsey and Mahomes, and I'm not convinced about that offense. Pacheco and Rice are really emerging talents, but they're not on the level of, let's say, McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel. So I think this will be in the benefit of San Fran, and I expect them to win this in a very tactical, yes, entertaining game with scoring, coming regularly. But at the same time, I do think the defenses will make plays. And I do think this will be won in regulation time. I'm going to go for San Fran to win this, to get their hands back on the Lombardi Trophy. And they're going to win this match, I'm going to say, 34-27.
Kansas City Chiefs versus San Francisco 49ers, Super Bowl 58, and what a fantastic final we have in prospect here. Two great teams going at it head to head. You've got the Niners, who have basically been the best team in the league all season, against the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, who have been the dynasty of the last 5 or 6 seasons. I think when you break this down, you can make an argument for both sides, and they've probably got as much chance as each other to win, if I'm being honest. But I think when you break this down, you're looking at the Niners. They've got slightly more weapons. They've been better all season, but Mahomes and Kelsey have basically just turned up when they needed to, which was playoff times. So I think this is going to come down to a game of fine margins and who can stop the other, which I think will be the Niners, and they'll win an absolute thriller, 34-31.
This weekend sees the culmination of the NFL season. The long, hard weeks put in by all the teams have come to this, the Super Bowl. Obviously, the two teams are in the Super Bowl for a reason, but I would also say that these two teams are the best in their respective conferences, so I'm not all that surprised. I'd probably go with the 49ers as the favourite, just because they've looked solid throughout, really. Not to say the Chiefs haven't, but it's got to be the 49ers, hasn't it? But then you look at the Chiefs, he's kind of been, I think he's kind of been pseudo-dubbed the new franchise guy. He's like the Brady without being Brady kind. Of course, he's got his haters and his lovers. Yeah, I'd say the 49ers to win, but then there's that bit inside me that goes, but that's exactly why the Chiefs will win, because everyone expects the 49ers to win. I can't see it being a blowout. I think they'll go score for score. I don't think it's going to be one of those boring, barely any points scored games. I think it's going to be pretty high scoring. You're looking at maybe 20 to 30 points each per team, maybe even the mid 30s. But I can't put an exact scoreline on it, but I'd say, for the sake of the prediction, I will go 49ers to win by less than a field goal.
This Super Bowl is probably the first Super Bowl in a while where, even as a neutral, I'm not swayed on either camp of who I would like to win. Obviously, yes, probably arguably two best teams got there, with the exception of the Ravens. Obviously, as an Eagles fan, it would be nice to see Andy Reid win another Super Bowl, just because I think he probably deserves it. He's an excellent coach, but yeah, I don't really have feelings either way of who I would prefer to win. Just as a neutral, I would just hope that it's a bit of a gunslinger battle and both they just go all out, leave everything on the pitch rather than being hesitant and end up in a defensive battle. I think it'd be a good game. That being said, just because I've been there, done it, won it, and obviously got Mahomes as quarterback, I'm probably going to give Kansas City the edge, and I think they'll probably walk away Super Bowl champs again.